It's 8 o'clock and here we are. Hello everyone, welcome to a rather wet day. My hair is a mess, not that I have much, so I'm wearing a hat. Next week there will not be a live video. Ooh, shock. Purely down to the reason the fact that I've got a lot on next weekend. So yeah, this is the last one for May. We try and do them. I try and do live videos purely down to the fact that I like to get to know everybody, get to know what you've liked in the videos, if anything at all, and yeah, it's just like a kind of regular chat, regular catch up. So yeah, next week there will be another video coming out, but I did schedule it for Wednesday, but I'm actually on my third reshoot for that, which is kind of like, yeah. And that's my review of a campsite. So that will be appearing possibly next Saturday. So yeah, it's been really hectic lately of everything going on. We're live until 9 p.m. tonight, and then yeah, it's been a hectic week, but thankfully, typical, isn't it? Put a tent up and then the rain comes. Can you hear that? There we go. So yeah, it's been a hectic month. I've done 3 videos in the space of a week, and then one I've reshot now 3 times. I'm not entirely happy with the final result, and I've changed my opinion on something, so that'll be out next Saturday. I don't know if anyone can actually hear me. So there we go, 8 o'clock. Hiya. So what do I do? Camping videos. Hiya. What's going on? Not a lot. We're just doing a live chat. It gets me to talk to my subscribers, and yeah. India. Oh, hello. Hi, today's my birthday. I love you, mate. Landon Goodwin. Hello. Happy birthday. And there is night. Yeah, we are at 8 p.m. here. So sunset will be probably in about an hour. Where am I right now? I'm in a tent in the garden because it's pouring down with rain. We're having a bank holiday weekend, which for those of you who don't live in the UK, that means no problem, Landon. Happy birthday again. Yeah, bank holiday is basically a 3-day weekend for most of us that are fortunate. So I've got the tent up again, just trying out a few little things. It's kind of like your garden is kind of like I suppose a test area. So yeah, testing a few bits and pieces out, and then I'm getting ready for another video next week. What do I do for a living? I like to keep my personal life sort of private in that case. So all you need to know is the fact that I do have a job, but also as well I also make videos. So I leave it at that. I there's some details I don't like giving out. So I'm sorry, but am I married? No. No, and probably never will be. What would I suggest? Find your own. I think you've got to find your own way. You know you better than anybody, and you've just got to be yourself. Do I want to get married? I did. Um, but probably not now. I'm not handsome. I've got a mark on my screen. It looks like I've got a mark on my throat. There we go. So no, I'm not handsome at all. I don't think so anyway. I'm just me. Oh, well, thank you very much. That's very, very, very kind of you. But my hair doesn't look good today, or lack of. I need to shave my head, so that's why I'm wearing a hat. I was going to get that sorted today, but just didn't get around to it. It's been one of them weekends that's been very, very busy. From the UK. Yeah, it's raining right now in the UK, as you can probably hear. So, yeah, it's a bit chilly. I can't dance. The only time I can dance is when I've had a few beers, and I don't really drink now. I'm not raining in Perthshire for once. Oh, hello again. Well, it's raining down here. It did last night. Am I living in a tent? No, I'm actually in the garden of the house that I'm at. So this, as I said a few minutes ago, I don't know if you actually heard that bit, but no, I don't feel young. It's my birthday soon. My garden is like a kind of test ground for new gear. So love from your follower. No, I only dance when I'm drunk, and I don't drink so much these days. I think I'm getting too old. So no, I'm testing out some new gear, and I'm making. I'm getting ready for another video, another camping trip. No, she's not in the tent. She'll be in the house. Get drunk and dance. No. Do you know, I've been asked to go to the pub a couple of times this week. 3 times actually, from friends, and I'm like, nah, I'm not really into it. Yeah, but I don't drinking and driving, no way. But yeah, I just don't. I don't know what it is. Just lately, I just don't feel like drinking. I had a drink last time, I know that, but that was like a one-off. I'll probably have a beer next week, probably Tuesday. But yes, I don't really enjoy it now. I don't really enjoy drinking. Wow, that sounds bad, doesn't it? Afternoon, Karen. How are you? So yeah, I'm planning a video that I'm going to be doing soon. That's going to be on budget stuff. You might have seen it on the posts. So I've got that in planning. I've got another video planning, which is all about my tips for camping, all the way from buying a tent, little things I picked up along the years. Afternoon. Or good evening. Is it good evening? I don't know. Good evening, good morning, good night. I don't know. Wherever you're watching this from in the world. Bless you. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of things. My head is like, no wonder I get dizzy. I need to shave my eyebrows actually. I thought my chiropractor was useless. I am very useless. Whitby, no. Whitby, that's North Yorkshire. No, I've been to Whitby once, and it was just literally. I am very useless at everything, as my ex will tell you. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? But yeah, oh wow. Do you know, I actually felt a spot of rain. I've only got a leak in it. Imagine that. Wake up and you're like, oh no, I'm swimming on an airbud. So how are we all? Are any of you out camping at the moment? Obviously I'm sleeping. I'm testing out a new bed actually. I could do it in the house. But what would be the fun of that? Camping at Whitby. I do want to visit Whitby again. Very nice town. But the only trouble is I couldn't find a proper place to park. It wasn't a long, long walk. At the beach? Possibly. I know they got a big harbour there. But I've been looking at campsites again today. And whether or not I've booked one, you'll have to find out. But no, as for drinking, no, I need to get back in shape. I need to lose this. I feel like I'm like 9 months. It's under like a load of sleeping bags at the moment. And it's not a new one at all. It's not a new one at all. I think it's actually discontinued. I've had it probably for about 5 or 6 years and probably used it once. But no, it's literally buried under about six sleeping bags, and it's yeah, that probably won't appear in a video. I don't think so. I slept on it last night and it wasn't exactly great. So sorry, but I know I've seen one on Decathlon and it's got it's very similar. But yeah, I had my car MOT'd yesterday. My car was MOT'd and that cost me a small fortune. So yes. Oh, you like? Shall I just leave you to the sound of the rain? Actually, I'll just leave you all alone with the rain. That wasn't me. Tell you what, the sound of rain on a tent is rather... Except when it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, you're trying to sleep. Should I do an ASMR video? I'll just shut up, shall I? I'll just be quiet. Because everyone wants to listen to the sound of the rain. Oh, bless you. You've only just discovered me this week and been on a binge. So you're my views this week then, are you? Thank you very much. There's plenty more to come. Including that video I've shot 3 times. Hello everybody, it's the 13th of May. Hello everybody, it's the 20th of May. Hello everybody, it's the 23rd of May. Wow, how many times do I have to reshoot the same video? But it happens. Yeah. So Gillian's listening to the rain. Actually, it's not. It's just somebody having a little wee on top of the tent. Joking. It's dying off a little bit. Anybody else like the sound of rain on a tent? Should have heard it at 5 o'clock this morning. It was absolutely torrential. Yeah, when I go to the next campsite, I hope it's not going to be like waterlogged because of this rain, and I hope it's not going to be pouring a rain, because I'm taking a very small 2-person tent. My next, if I can get this next video out, which is a review of the campsite, I've still got to edit it. 3rd time lucky. Hopefully that'll be out this time next week, and then after that it should be me at a campsite. Oh, thank you, Gillian. I know you're telling fibs. The sultry sound of my voice. Nah. The pitter-patter of rain and falling on a tent. And some clown talking. Believe you me, I can put people to sleep just by talking about anything. It's happened. Oh, my eyes are killing me. You can't see my hairline, it's terrible. I need to cut my hair. So has anybody been away camping this week? Has anybody got any trips planned? Is anybody thinking about buying any more camping gear? Is anybody thinking about buying their 16th tent? Oops. And yes, I did go into a camping shop yesterday. Didn't buy a tent though. But yeah, incidentally, this tent came down last week, and my little girl Bella, 5-year-old Cocker Spaniel, she had her head down and she was like this. She was very, very upset. You could just see it, dog's body language. So I put the little 2-man Keshwa MH100 tent up and said, there you go, Bella, go in there. And every time you say the word tent, her head lifts up and she rushes off into the garden and she goes in it. She absolutely loves it. Oh, don't worry, Tommy. We're here for another 40 minutes anyway, so you've not missed anything, just me babbling around and then listening to the sound of rain. It's the same one as last week. It's just a Keshwa Arpanaz Fresh and Black 4.2. I wish they'd keep their names a bit shorter. Yeah, I love the tents, and I like the Fresh and Black technology, as I may have mentioned once or twice on this channel. Not that you need the Fresh and Black technology at the moment. You probably need warm me up and keep the rain out technology. which thankfully I've also got. Do you know, it'd be nice to actually have a tent that, if it was chilly, changed colour and went to a dark material outside, like a pearlescent. I need to be a tent designer. I know. So yeah, it's just a 2-bedroom one. I did a review on it this week, 32-minute video review. But I'll be using a very small tent in my next video. Then after that, I'll probably be using the Quechua 2 seconds easy 3P, the one that you pull the strings and it pops up. And I'm going to take that to a campsite. I am Tommy, yeah. Only because I like the Fresh and Black technology. I'm somebody that doesn't really deal with the heat very well. I don't know what country you're in, but in England now, our temperature is very humid. When it's 30 degrees here, it feels hotter than 30 degrees in other countries, and I have travelled abroad. I have Elite, OEX Jackal, UK London. Yeah, so you know that the heat in England is hotter than what it would be in other countries. So I don't deal with the heat very well. And if I'm going to be going away, I'm going to take my dog. They've got a fur coat on already. They don't want to get hot. So I want anything that'll keep it cool. And a lot of these tents, I go to, no disrespect to Go Outdoors or any other camping shop, but they have blackout bedrooms, but they have a dark exterior. And my experiences of tents with the dark exteriors, they absorb the heat. At least the ones that I've tried. So it's all very well having a blackout bedroom like this behind me, but if it's going to be hot inside, then you kind of half thought it through. Does that make sense? I feel. That's my opinion. You know, you want it to be cool. You ever had a uncomfortable night and you've been too hot? Yeah. I went to a grand reopening of a shop. They had Getting Jones opening it up, and obviously there was like a local celebrity, TV celebrity, and I heard this young couple, and they were all queuing up to get in, and they said, "Oh yeah, look at that tent over there," and that, "Oh look, that's got blackout bedrooms," and I was like, I wasn't eavesdropping, but you know, you're literally like there and there. They didn't know who I was, and I was like, yeah, that's a dark colour material. We all know what it's like to wear dark coloured clothing on a hot day, and then probably get changed, or another day go out in lighter coloured clothing, and we feel a little bit cooler, even if it's only 1 or 2 degrees. That, you know, it's a bonus. So that's why I like Quechua, and I wish that other tent manufacturers would possibly look into it as well. Even if, like, I mean, on this one you've got like turquoise and white. Maybe if another tent manufacturer said, right, okay, yeah, we're going to colour it white to protect the heat getting in and keep it cooler, but rather than turquoise for our colour scheme, we'll probably use red or something like that, just to kind of differentiate between Quechua and themselves, you know, have their own sort of branding colour. Just an idea. We seem to be getting hotter and hotter summers, whether you believe in global warming or not, but I certainly remember when I was a child that we used to have lots more frosts and more snow days. So I think that generally speaking the weather is warming up. So yeah, if we're going to have that where year on year temperatures are going to be rising, oh, it's the hottest June on record, it's the hottest July on record, then I want my tent to be cooler and not feel like I'm walking into a greenhouse. Sorry, it's a major topic with me. But yeah, I'm open to other manufacturers. My tent was then a Coleman, but now it's the Outwell Camp. Can't say I'm familiar with the Outwell Camp. I've had Coleman tents before. Some of my really early videos, I had the Coleman Festival Blackout 4. Was it 4 or 3? I think it was a 4. I actually gave that away to a friend, and then he kindly gave me some money. I said, no, I'm not going to use it anymore. I've got plenty of tents, but Coleman Festival Blackout 4. That was really, really good tent. Like a sort of dome shape with like a vestibule on the front, a little porchy area. Did like it, but the blackout on that was absolutely like literally like close the bedroom and literally like I can't see my hand. I can't see my hand. Couldn't you? Yeah, it was incredible. Sorry, too much information. Too much information. But yes, I'm certainly open to other tent manufacturers if I think that there's some sort of advantage to having that tent. It's also like when you go in a caravan and you see like, or you buy a new car and you go, oh wow, look what they've done with that. Look at that. You know, they've probably put a compartment somewhere. I had a Renault car a few years ago and it was like 18 months later I realised the fact that there was actually a compartment where your feet go, and I was like, wow. But also as well, I suppose with for me, not that I do it for this reason, but if I'm talking to people all over the world, if I'm talking about go outdoors, it's only going to be people in the UK that are going to know that. But no, I do like the brand. Outwell, Tennessee 5 a few weeks ago, offer its maiden trip in 6 weeks' time. A 5-person tent. Has that got blackout bedrooms? I'm gonna have to look all these up, you know, because I don't look at every single tent. I think the last one I looked at was a Berghaus Air 6. Obviously, it's kind of like this tent where you got a bedroom at either end, but the living space is much bigger. But the trouble is, like I said, it's got like a navy blue exterior, which is kind of I don't really want. Kind of like you know when you know what you like in a tent. Here's how I go. I get a tent, say like this one, and I go, I like it, but I don't like this bit. And every trip I go on, I kind of mentally, in my head, I review what I liked and what I disliked. And then it's like, okay, well, I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that that campsite didn't have an on-site shop, so maybe I'll go for one that's got an, you know, you learn. Hello from Germany. I'm a big fan of Quechua tents. Arpanaz 4.1 a few weeks ago, and I bought the air. Yes, I've got that tent. I've got it in the turquoise and white. I've had it since the year 2000, 2020. I think I got it just as was it 2020 I got it? Yeah, 2020. 2020. Wow, 6 years ago now. 5 years ago. So it is a great tent. But if you've got the beige and white one, then you've got the actual zipped in ground sheet in the living area. Whereas I've got the older version, which doesn't have that feature. I tend to buy gear or equipment and then realise after I bought it that it's now finished with, and so I try and keep abreast of what new products are coming out. I did buy a rather expensive product one year, and literally a week later the successor was announced. I was like, ah, typical. So hello, Florian. That's a lovely name. But yeah, Joe, I'm really enjoying this tonight. It's lovely talking to you all. It really is. But I've not seen many new tents come out on the market this year. Has anybody else noticed that? Has anybody been like going, do you know, I fancy buying a tent, and then gone online? It's like there doesn't seem to be like a wealth of new tents on the market, which is a bit of a shame, really. I'd like to see some more designs come out, whether it be from Quechua or from whatever manufacturers, but it just seems to be like it's the same year on year. I would like to. So any tent manufacturers that are watching, hello, please bring out some new designs, because need a little bit more variety. It would be nice. I would like to see this tent in the air version, but with a much bigger living area. Trying to cram 4 people into an area. Oh, I went to Decathlon the other day, yesterday in fact, and I had a look at the Air Seconds 4.2, and I actually took my tape measure and properly measured it. It was 245 by 200. This one here is 150 centimeters across by was it 210? I think it was. Yeah, it's the same with the Banshee though, isn't it? It's like the Banshee's been going for a the Van Gogh Banshee's been going for a long time, and it's like, oh, this is the Pro version. Oh, okay, I would like to see I think I've said this hundreds of times. I would like to see the Van Gogh Banshee, but longer, a stretched version, because the only problem I have with the Van Gogh Banshee is the fact that I get in it and my feet are at one end, my head's at the other, and I don't know if you go and you sleep and you're kind of lying there, and inadvertently, without even realising it, you're doing this with your feet, as you turn over or you stretch or whatever. When I do that, the fly sheet just goes, slaps me on the head. So literally, I'm doing this with my feet. It's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, that looks wrong. Is there a new version of? There is a new version of my high gear, but it's green. Mine is green. 6 meters by 4.5 meters. Wow. Shame I haven't got my phone to check all these, because it's like, wow. I take it that's gonna be like go outdoors. That's a huge tent, 6 meters. What is it? Yeah, but there's also like a huge price tag with that. 8.4. I have actually seen it. It's kind of dome. Is it dome in the middle with the bedrooms at either end? They have a max version of Banshee, which is longer but hard to find. See, the thing is though, it's like I'm 5'10", and I can only imagine the frustrations of people that go, do you know what, I really like a tent, but I'm 6 foot something. It's kind of like, you know, okay. It's a little bit like, oh, what was it? Somebody was saying about, I was watching a video the other day, and it was talking about GoPro cameras, where literally every year they bring out a new camera, and it's like a little bit of an increment here. Oh, this shoots at 4K at 120 frames a second. Next year, you know, it's a little bit more. And it feels like some tent manufacturers are kind of doing that, where they're not really designing new tents, and I think that's a bit of a shame. I'm hoping year on year, and I do say it every May, that, oh, there'll be a new range of tents coming out. You know, kids break up for the half term, and then it's like, yep, checking the website every day. Oh, look, 1 tent. Yeah, or 2 tents. In tents. My Outwell Knoxville is 8 meters by 4. That's a mansion, Tommy. You can hold a small circus in there. Yeah. Wow. That is. Wow, 8 meters. I hope you don't have to put that up in the loft. You know, carry it up a ladder and put it up in the loft, because that must weigh an absolute ton. Again, Outwell Knoxville. I should have a pen and paper and list all these down, because I don't get to see these later on, which is unfortunate. But I think my next 10, I haven't said that, I don't know. I do want the Quechua Air Seconds 4.2. Better get saving them pennies. £449.99 for a tent, which is basically similar to this, but air and a little bit bigger. I don't think I'd need a tent of that magnitude though. 8 meters by 4.7 meters is absolutely... Yeah, I can bet. You see, usually it's just me, or if I go, like if I've ever gone with one of my partners, and you know, one of my ex-partners and that, I'm like, no, it's all right, I'll do it, and it's like, yeah, I really want an air beam tent. I appreciate their input for wanting to help, but yeah, generally speaking, I put them up. I put this one up again. I don't know if anyone saw the review video I did for the Quechua Arpanaz Fresh and Black 4.2, really long name tent from Decathlon. You see them bring a tent out saying, is this short enough for you? But I did put this up, was it yesterday, and I didn't have a single trouble with it. I didn't have a trouble getting the tent up at all. But yeah, I think 4 meters, it's going to be over 22, 23 kilos, I would have thought. That's huge. Oh, that rain's coming down really heavy now, or heavier. Wow. This will put me to sleep tonight. Also as well, listening to Paul's greatest hits videos. $53.2 kilograms. Oh, wow. I would want a forklift to help me. I mean, I know what 50 kilos does, because I lift weights in my place of work, but that's heavy. Wow, I'd want one of I was watching a video before I came out here, and there was forklifts on that. I was watching Clarkson's Farm. She's a monster, but worth it. I can imagine you must have absolute luxury with that. I've been in tents where I've, generally speaking, sometimes if I'm unsure of the weather, I will book the large tent, but I'll take 2 tents. 2 tents. I don't know why I found that funny. But I'll generally book, if I'm thinking about, I can't decide which tent to take, I tell you what, when we book it, let's just book the larger one. That way, if we get to size up, no, your tent's too big. And then if I get there, I went to a place called Cheddar Heights near Cheddar Gorge in Somerset once. And I got there and I was like, I want to use this tent. But it was blowing like a bit of a gale. And then I took my Vango Banshee and I slept out in that. That was November 2019, and it was like, yeah, I'm thinking the same on that. I think you definitely need a trailer. You need a tank. You'd break the suspension on your car with that. 53 kilos, that's... And then you got all your gear on top of that as well. Maybe we should make a video about how heavy is your tent, because that's incredible. But if you enjoy it, then brilliant. Fair play to you with a tent that size. Tommy officially goes camping in a mansion. There you go, Tommy. You should have that. I go camping in a mansion. A portable mansion. 53.2 kilos. I'd want a staircase and a second floor. Wow, you must have so much in there. You'd want a 10 lock. Yeah, that old joke. How do you lock your tent? You don't. You just trust the campsite. Balmoral. Her nickname is. Yeah, I can see why. Wow. What was it? I lifted one tent up into a ladder, which is basically creaking with my weight alone. And then I lifted an 18 kilogram tent, stuck it on my shoulder, and carried that in the loft. I've done that before, but yeah. $18 kilos is nothing though. Anywho, my bed is an absolute mess. That is a mess. That blanket is older than I am. And I've got more pillows than, well, put it this way, a whole campsite. Yeah, I'm sleeping out there. I've got I said I wasn't going to show it earlier, but it's just literally like a little Decathlon. I've got one, but it's a little bit different, but it's $29.99. And it's like a camp bed but it's about that high. But this one's like really old. I think it's Outwell. And I've stuck a sim mat over the top. I said I wasn't going to show it. I feel a bit. That's one of my sim mats. I'm going to add that onto it later on. You've seen these on the channel before. Keshwar. Well, I forget how much they are. I saw them yesterday. I do actually want to get another one though, because I think one let me down the other day. But I'll put that over the top, and I'm going to put another one over the top because I do like my comfort. I am getting old. It's my birthday next week, by the way. I'm going to be really, really old. Really old. I'm almost at the kind of age where I'm going to have to go, yes, I'm thinking about that. I'm so old. I feel old. Yeah, it's an absolute mess in there. Literally everything was chucked in last night. It was like kind of like, seriously? Yeah, why not? Let's just try it. Ooh. I'm giving these up this week. Giving them up. I had my car MOT, that's the last stressful thing. Everything's fine. Not that these relieve stress. I don't know if I like that bed or not. I'll try again tonight, see what I think. But it's... Oh, I've got itchy ear. But yeah, I'm going to do it. This was literally on a drive back from Nottingham yesterday. I was like going, oh yeah, that's... No, I was going to Nottingham, sorry. And I was like going, do you know what? I'm going to do a video on budget camping gear. Cheap 2-person tent. Cheap airbed. Tent is $29.99. The airbed's $9.99. The pots and like a sort of cook system but without the burner, $14.99. The burner is $15.99. I added it all up and some of it I've got already, but I've had a look at the prices online, and it all comes to around about £107. That's including the campsite which I'm booked up to go to, which cost a whopping £9. Are you all listening to this rain? Is that what it is? It's kind of, which air pump are you? Air pump. The one I've got at the moment for pumping your air beds, I think it's got a little bit of a fault. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little light at the bottom. Yeah, look, you see a little light, and it just stays on. And it's a Flextail gear. So I don't know if it's dying on me. Are you dying on me? But I have got another one of these anyway. Still works. I've charged it up. I don't know why the light's on, but yeah, I'm using that because obviously if you use your breath, you've got warm air, you know, bacteria in your mouth, goes into there, creates mold. We've all seen the wild camping videos, so I tend to use something like that just to keep up fresh air. Who's going with you this time? I've actually booked 2 campsites. I'm not going to say where or when, but I'm going on my own. No, just going away on my own. I feel like after the start of the year that I've had, that I just want to get away from everyone and everything at the moment. So, no disrespect to them, but I'm going alone. I booked another one today. So yeah, got a few campsites coming I'm going to be going to, and the kind of thing I'm doing is doing a video whilst I'm there, but also filming around. It's called B-roll, so whenever I'm talking to you right now, and if this cuts to another scene that comes in, so if I start talking about a campsite and all of a sudden Isabella not going either. No, because one of them's kind of like a working farm, and the trouble is we're going on a farm and a dog that doesn't like other animals. If I say pussycat, she literally starts growling and that, or she doesn't get on with other dogs. And if it's going to be like a farm, then no, I just don't want to take that risk. And it's kind of difficult when you're on your own with a dog, because obviously you want them to be secure. So if you have to go to the toilet, I use the facilities, then you've got to put them in the car, leave them for a bit. And if we get really hot weather, then no, I don't want to take that risk. So she'll be staying with my parents for the day that I'm away, and they'll look after her. But I'll just get away from it for a bit. More details will appear on site. I'm actually looking forward to it, but I'll probably do the campsite. I'll do some filming at the local area if I get a chance. I'm sort of working out what's in the local area. What tent are you in now? Yeah, it's no worries. It's the Quechua Arpanaz Fresh and Black 4.2, the one that was on the review this week. I put it up just to try a new bed that I've had for years, used once, and I just thought, you know what, I'll give it another shot. Now that bed that I've got now that I'm using is not available, but Decathlon do one. But I don't see the point in spending 30 quid on another bed if you just try that one first. Yes, I've had that before. Cheddar Heights springs to mind. 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Ooh. That was my impression of a cow, by the way. Oh, by the way, did you know if you got pigeons, if you see a pigeon and your dog doesn't like, and you're thinking your dog's gonna go after do this. Pigeons like look at you and go, oh my god, and then they just fly away like it's speed of sound. So if you ever see like a bird, like a pigeon, flap your arms. Don't do it in public. I'm not gonna get, you know. But yeah, because my dog will literally go for any sort of animal. She's not vicious, but she likes humans. She loves people, but she doesn't like other dogs, and she doesn't like birds, anything that isn't human, really. But she is a good girl. She was poorly today, bless her heart. But yeah, waking up to the sound of cows mooing in the morning at some ungodly time, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. But it is what it is. I don't know if they've got cows there. I'm pretty sure they've got pigs and hens. I do want to go to one by a seaside though. I'm missing the sea. Being in the Midlands, don't get to see the sea very often. So yeah, that 2 campsites coming up, and then I'll be doing a video, like a vlog. Oh, I've arrived at this campsite, blah blah blah. Here's the local area, blah blah blah. One video, and then I'll do another video where literally it's just like a review of that campsite. So stay tuned for those, if you would be so kind. Thank you very much in advance. But the video that's coming out, I was planning to do it for this Wednesday. I've reshot twice now, and it's all because the next video is going to be my review of the Riddingswood Holiday Park. I filmed it once, sort of went away, and then I'm not really happy with that, and then I did it again, still not happy with it, and then it was like kind of, I marked it for facilities, and I felt like I didn't do it justice, so I've re-evaluated the score, thought about it, and then shot it again. So it was going to come out for Wednesday, but it's 4K 25 frames a second footage. That takes time to render. Realistically, I should be editing it right now, but I might delay this coming week's video to Saturday. My review of Riddingswood Holiday Park. And then, yeah. Sorry. You just want to listen to the rain, I know. But I do want to try, I don't want to be using this, I will be using this tent again later on in the year, but I don't necessarily want to be using this tent after it comes down, once this is dried out. Yes, I mean, when I went away to Riddingswood, I actually took one of those sort of, I don't know if you've seen them, they're like cheap and cheerful flat stoves, about 15-20 quid. And the saucepan actually fell off. I was having baked beans. And so I generally do, but for the next video where I go camping, it will be like it's like a kind of spider that opens out with a little your gas supplies on the side, and there's a little valve. I think it's a Vango one. So I will be using that because you can regulate the heat on that. But yeah, I will be using the spidery one with the thingy on the side on the next one. But Jetboil is great for making coffee. The Jetboil Zip, I like that. If you're going with other people though, you need to boil it a couple of times at least, because obviously, like, one, you get 0.8 litres of water. Can I have a cup of coffee? I've got to redo the stove. My mini mo I haven't used for a while. I take 2 gas stoves, my Trangia Mini, and sometimes the Health Grill and halogen oven. Yeah, sounds. 2 gas stoves. Yeah, I do like that sort of thing. Yeah, I do need to have a look into that as well. Jetboils are great if you want to keep things minimal and you're going to be going wild camping. I have done that. But if you're going to be going to a campsite, you know, you got a little bit more flexibility. You can take something a little bit more